friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel this month for your readings for the new moon in Cancer. I want to just take a moment to thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for the awesome comments. I enjoy interacting with you and responding to questions and comments and feedback that you leave. So thank you so much for being so involved with the channel. And I also want to thank all of you who have requested readings. I've met some wonderful people, and if you are thinking about getting a reading with me and you just want to kind of test the waters, go ahead and try one of my burning question readings where you can get a general overview on your question, and then if you want a more in-depth reading, we have the 60-minute to 90-minute readings that I can do for you, and I tailor those and customize those to your situation, to your question, and to the information that you are hoping to get some clarity with. Okay, so thank you so much. I want to wish a happy Independence Day to everyone in the USA, and for anyone around the world who is enjoying the blessings of freedom or who is called to freedom. Let's make sure that we use our freedom to serve one another in love, okay? Now, this new moon in Cancer is going to be a really great new moon for us because after all of the crazy celestial energy that's been going on with the planets, this is going to be a much quieter time. The new moon falls on the 4th in the sign of Cancer, and it's a very soothing and nurturing sign for the new moon. So it's likely to really stir feelings of calmness and peace for us all. The moon is really at home in the sign of Cancer, so you're going to be feeling a welcome flow of energy, and that's really going to encourage us all to be more gentle and more loving towards ourselves. I think we all really need that, especially with the harsh energy that's been circulating in the universe. That's going to kind of get washed away with the gentle tones of this new moon, and we may find more emotional clarity presenting itself than before in the previous months. Now, the new moon in Cancer is a very emotional sign, very emotional placement, so, you know, some things may come up, some deep things from within may surface, but there's no need for us to do any digging or any analysis, you know, at this time. Instead, let's just let those emotions rise in whatever way they come up, and focus on just loving and accepting ourselves this month, okay? So also we have a lot going on with Mars. Mars has been retrograde since April, and now Mars has moved forward on June 29th, which is wonderful because, you know, during the Mars retrograde phase, we may have been feeling very unmotivated, undirected, you know, or kind of a push and pull, having to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We may have been dealing with a lot of delays and setbacks in projects or in trying to move our lives forward. And you may also have been dealing with some anger or resentment from the past, or old wounds, you know, both emotional and physical, presenting themselves, and really on another level kind of uncertain as to, you know, making decisions or what the next move in your life is. Well, on June 29th, Mars went forward, waking up from that sleep, and Mars is about to make its way going direct. And when a planet shifts out of retrograde motion into direct motion, we tend to feel its effects very strongly. So with Mars waking up, it's time for us to start feeling motivated, taking action, creating ambition, and, you know, we're going to be feeling movement in these areas. Now, as Mars picks up speed, we'll see more progress, and Mars is in Scorpio at this time, and then it will be moving into Sagittarius. So wherever these areas are in your chart, you're going to feel more energy, more motivation, you know, in those areas. So definitely, you know, exercise patience, things are going to start moving forward, and we'll have that energy behind us to deal not only with the outer world but also with our subconscious. Okay, so it's a powerful moment to let us know that we're on the right track. If a decision has to be made, you may finally get the answer as to which way to turn during this time. Okay, so Mars won't officially return to full speed until August 22nd, but we're definitely going to feel the changing and shifting of the energy between now and then. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the readings for each of the 12 individual signs. Remember, you want to check out your sun, moon, and rising. One message may resonate more than another, and let's just go ahead and see what those messages are for each of us for this new moon cycle in Cancer. Thank you again, and let's go ahead with the individual readings. Happy birthday, my Cancers. This new moon is taking place in your first house. So this is your once a year birthday new moon that's going to be highlighting your sense of self, the way you project yourself both internally and externally. This is a great time for makeovers for my Cancers. If you've been thinking about doing anything different, as far as wardrobe, your hair, working out, transforming your body. This is all about your physical self, and you're going to have that new moon supporting you in starting something new. If there's anything that you want to project yourself in, where you are the out front person, this is a perfect time for you to jump into that situation. Now, Mars is going to be highlighting your 5th house. That is your house of romance, love affairs, dating. That is also the house that rules your children. So you're going to see a movement with Mars energy in that area, in those areas. You may be going out more. There may be a special person that you're going to be seeing, and there's going to be more passion, more energy into a new relationship. You may be very active this month with your children. School's out, so this is a perfect time to get into a lot of activities with the kids. Being outdoors is great. Anything around water, because Cancer is a water sign and Mars is in Scorpio, which is another water sign. So again, anything that has to do with the water or being by the water is going to be very good for you and enriching for you. And again, Mars is that in Scorpio, that sign of passion. So this could be very passionate time for many of my Cancers. Some of you may be finding out that you are pregnant or having a baby, because that is that Mars in your 5th house of children. So this could be a very fertile time for my Cancers as well. So take note of that. Okay, so let's see what the message is for Cancer for your birthday month. And this is for the new moon cycle between now, July 4th, and the new moon in August. What is the message here for Cancers for this new moon cycle in Cancer? New moon cycle in Cancer. What's the message for Cancers? I'm getting travel for some of my Cancers. So this has been a theme that's been coming up the last few months for Cancer. So let's see what comes up in this reading, possibly in that area. I'm going to cut the cards here. Okay, I'm using the Art of Light deck, so I'll be reading all of the cards upright. We have Temperance in the recent past, the Ten of Wands covering. We have the Page of Wands in the near future. We have the Eight of Swords crowning. We have the Emperor in the other area that rules other people in your life. We have the Empress in your hopes and fears area. And we have the Two of Wands in the potential outcome. And at the base of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. So let me just move the cards around here so that you can get a better view. All right. Okay, so let's see. Well, it looks like you're going to be pushing past some kind of restrictions this month, Cancer. Okay, there's a calling for you to go outside of your comfort zone. As I said, travel may be something that's coming up for you this month. The Eight of Swords is here in the area that is your advice for the month. So, you want to not allow anything to restrict you or hold you back from taking advantage of this energy that is in your first house this month, okay? At the beginning of the videos here, I talked about things coming up from the past and needing to release old wounds and, difficult situations. This is a very healing time for you, this new moon in Cancer, so you want to take advantage of that. The advice on this card says you can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. So, as I recall, my new moon scopes for last month were that you needed to be ready to go outside your comfort zone and not be afraid to seek, other shores, even if you have to go it alone. Okay, Cancer? In the recent past, you have Temperance, and I feel that many of you have been really gaining balance and gaining control over your life, over your situation, especially over your emotions. So you've been dealing with circumstances where you've really needed to, create a balance in your life, gain control of situations that may have been highly emotional, really control your temper, control your reactions towards people. There was a lot of crazy energy in the last few months. So Temperance says that you've been doing a good job keeping things in check, keeping things under control, okay? Maybe controlling your own desires, controlling your own appetites, whatever that may be. So gaining mastery and balance over things in your life that could kind of throw you off course, or situations that could pull you out of your center. So good job with my Cancers for really exercising temperance and acting in a temperate way the last month, okay? The Ten of Wands is covering you right now. So, you've had a lot on your shoulders, a lot of responsibility, a lot of things that you've had to carry and bear the responsibility for. And this card says that you're doing a great job at that. Again, that is, definitely resonant with that Temperance card, because if there have been situations that have been left for you to take care of, weight on your shoulders, perhaps, this could be in your career, this could be in your family situation, just in general, a lot of responsibility that you've had to carry and hold on to, and perhaps you've been left holding the bag in some situations, okay, with not a lot of support, not a lot of backing, not a lot of back up for you, but you've been doing a great job. And now you really want to be gentle with yourself under this new moon and give yourself permission to kind of tune out if you have to, okay? Just think about yourself. You're coming to an end of a cycle where all of that weight and responsibility is going to be relieved from you, taken off your shoulders, and I feel that it is as the result of very good news that's going to be coming in for you within the next month, because you have the Page of Wands here in the near future. And the Page of Wands talks about, information coming in, messages coming in, perhaps, emails, phone calls, text messages, some kind of information you're going to be getting within the next month period that is going to free you up from a lot of the weight and responsibility that you've been carrying, Cancers, okay? So, it could not happen at a better time, because you really want to take advantage of this soothing, nurturing, and comforting energy that is in your sign right now. You want to be able to relieve a lot of the stress that you've been under. I talked about getting away, somewhere where there is water. Being near water is very important for your spiritual and emotional well-being, my Cancers. So try to, if you can, get away near the shore, the beach, be by the ocean, somewhere near water where you can replenish yourself, replenish your emotional side, because you are a water sign and you need to have your element nearby, okay? So you may be getting good news coming through for you. This also can have to do with information regarding your children. There may be activity going on this month with a child that's going to, take a lot of your energy. You're going to be very focused on children. There also may be a beautiful message that's going to come through to you from someone new in your life, from a love interest, perhaps a fire sign, which could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So, keep your eyes open for that. The message here is it's never too late to be what you might have become. So if you are getting a message, this could be in your career as well. Some good news coming through, perhaps hearing good news about a job situation, something that you applied for, a message that where you'll need to come in and interview. So while you are replenishing and taking some time for yourself, keep your phone on, when you can, and not every day, but do your best to keep track of messages that you might get or emails that may be coming in, because you just might get some information from someone or a job offer or a message about a new professional situation or project that someone wants you to be a part of, okay? The Emperor is here in your area that rules other people in your life. So, this is a very strong male energy. This definitely can represent either a male partner in your life, a strong, supportive relationship. The Emperor is someone who is successful in business, successful in his professional life. He also is a strong partner. This is a strong father figure as well. This also can represent a boss or a supervisor, the owner of a company. So, definitely what I was saying about looking for messages or information coming through, maybe coming through from a man in your life, with good news about a job situation, or information coming through regarding a child in your life from a male figure, okay? And the Emperor is a person who's very fair, very just, who's very grounded, and as I said, this is a strongly supportive male energy in your life, okay? Now, your hopes and fears area, well, we have the Empress here, and the Empress is a beautiful card because I feel like the Empress is telling you that, you need to, whatever you want to do to feel comfortable in your own skin, okay? To feel loved and supported in your family situation, in your home environment. You really need to focus on that, okay? Now, that could mean concentrating on your own physical self, what you're eating, what you are, how you are exercising, how you are treating your own body. For my female Cancers, it's going to be very important to stay in touch with those inner messages that your body is giving you. So at whatever point you are, on your journey as a woman, you need to be very aware of what your body's messages are telling you. If you need to start eating better, if you need to, exercise those muscles and, or maybe get into some yoga where you're stretching, where you are focusing not only on the outer self but the inner self. This is going to be a good time for you to be doing that. You also are going to have a lot of focus, as I said again, on the home, on family, on children, on your partner. So So very interesting to me that the Emperor came up here and the Empress. These are natural partners. So definitely a focus on on your spouse or your long-term partner, or a male energy in your life. And here you are, hoping to be able to balance out that energy. So I do feel a good balance here coming up. You want to focus on your, if you're a woman, on your feminine strength, your feminine power, and so that you can balance out that strong male energy in your life. There is also the indication of, a great deal of passion here. The Empress is very comfortable with her body and comfortable with her sensuality and her sexuality. So you may be focusing more on the sensual side of your life. This especially is a good time when you are pulling back and you're relaxing and you're not so focused on work or, the outer world, and you have time to perhaps be on vacation or just spend time in nature. That will allow you to get more in tune with the sensual, physical side of your life, and you'll be able to relax in that and focus more on that than everything else that is going on outside of you. Okay, so good time for that. And then the outcome, we have the Two of Wands. So again, very strong emphasis here on partnerships. There's going to be the ability to bond with another person, to come together with another person, to work on a relationship. Perhaps a relationship has kind of had a bit of imbalance going on. There may have been, starts and stops in a relationship, or either you or your partner have been so involved with the outer ambitions and dealing with everyone else, and, job and work and family and all of these things, that it's really kind of put a damper on your relationship. So this is going to be a good time within this month, by the end of this month cycle, to really continually focus that energy on a partnership, on rebalancing things, taking that weight that has been on your shoulders and putting that to the side for a while, and focusing on passion, on unity, on partnership, on your strong feminine energy or your masculine energy if you are a male Cancer, and definitely seeking balance. That's what this Two of Wands is talking about. Okay, definitely you will have a better idea by the end of this new moon cycle of where you stand in a partnership. If you are balanced, you will have a good sense of balance. If there are imbalances, you will know what those imbalances are based on and be able to act accordingly in a relationship. If a relationship is going to last, you will know it by the end of this month cycle. If it is not going to move forward, I feel that you will know that as well. And there will be the potentials to to start new beginnings, start fresh in your romantic life, and also, as I said, where you are as a person. You're transforming yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, how the world sees you, and how you project yourself out into the world. Now, what also tells me that there's the potential for new beginnings here, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a passionate spark of new beginnings. This could, the Ace of Wands can represent sexual matters. It can represent a new spark of life to a relationship that is already taking place, or it can represent someone new coming into your life, new beginnings. Now, there are a lot of wands here. There could be a passionate new relationship that starts where it is connected to your work situation or your career. So you may be meeting someone in your job, in your in your work environment, and it's going to spark something very new and very fresh and passionate for you. Ace of Wands here, the Page of Wands there, Two of Wands here. So there's something that's going to be starting up fresh here. Either in a current relationship, you're going to be breaking restrictions that you've been under because of stress and tension and heavy responsibilities, or you are going to be starting something fresh and new that's going to have a fire sign quality to it. As I said, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius may factor in strongly this month for you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull an oracle card here to get a final message here for my Cancers for this new moon cycle in Cancer. What is the final message for this new moon in Cancer cycle? New moon in Cancer, what's the message for my Cancers for this month? Okay, let's see. All right, we have the number 4 card, Youthful Folly. Okay, so, whenever I see this card, it tells me that you are trying to gain balance. And again, that has a lot to do with temperance here. A lot to do with temperance, trying to gain your balance. You may be walking on this tightrope of dealing with heavy responsibilities and wanting to pull back from those things and take time and relax and be free. Okay, so there is this crazy kind of give and take, trying to be involved with what you have to take care of and also take care of yourself here. Youthful folly, some of the key words here are impulsiveness, immaturity, bluffing, ignorance, learning, impatience, reckless behavior. So what I say here is make sure that as you are going through this month, whatever new situations you get into, take your time. Okay, take your time. Don't rush headlong into something before you are sure of your footing. Okay, because in your impatience to either try to rejuvenate a situation or try to get something new moving, you don't want to you don't want to go head first into something before you know where you stand. Okay, so in your choices, in your at whatever age you are, make sure that you are acting maturely, that you are considering your actions before you take them, and that you are remaining balanced. Again, some really good energy here, some new energy coming through for you, Cancer. Just to make sure that you are not acting recklessly, because very much with that fire sign energy, the positive side of the fire is energy, courage, moving forward, motivation, being focused, and bravely going where you haven't gone before. But the flip side of that is kind of moving forward without thinking about where you are or thinking about where you want to go, or being careful of your footing, or doing your due diligence. And that has to do with any situation you're in, whether it's romantic or professional. You want to be sure of who you're dealing with and what your next steps are in any situation. Okay, so take care of yourself, Cancer. Move forward, but just be careful of not moving forward recklessly without considering the full picture. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, for liking, sharing, and subscribing, my Cancers. I will see you at the end of the month for your full moon check-ins. I thank you again, and I wish you, as always, love, peace, and joy, and I bid you namaste.